Fuckity fucking Puff back at you again. Yeah, I've got a crazy freaking thing going on right at the moment. We'll get to that in a couple seconds as to what's going on. But yeah, I had to go for a new do. Shaved the freaking Wolfman hat off and I don't know, pretty clown, ugly clown, evil clown. I ain't even trying to go for a clown. I was just it just kind of. We got orange. We got yellow up here. We got orange in the freaking half portion. We got purple on the bottom underneath, and we got the pink and green in between. It's a whole lot of statement going on with that whole thing. But we're back up here for week 4 of 2023 for the top 10 itself today, across all genres again as usual. Got a couple tribute songs ahead of time for stars we lost and stuff like that. Everything's going all right, I think so. Life sucks as usual, but what else is new? Copyright trolls suck and I hate them. What else is new? And I'm Wtff fucking Puff. The only thing that's new is my hair, which gonna get guys get a little getting used to. First time I did 5 colors in my beard at one time, trust me. I have only done 2 or 3 tops. This was crazy. It took me 12 and a half hours to do this shit. And had 2 people help me with the freaking bald head because halfway through my freaking electric razor busted and we literally had to trim it with scissors and then shave it with an actual razor. That wasn't fun. My head is still, I mean, it looks nice and glossy, but it's still rough around the edges. Well, as we got into it, we're throwing our first tribute out to one of the original guitarists for the Yardbirds, a man by the name of Topham. If nobody knows who the hell he is and stuff like that, don't feel bad. I knew who the Yardbirds were, and I had no clue who Topham was until he passed away a couple days ago. But apparently, he had joined the Yardbirds originally with Drasia, or whatever is pronounced. Sarasia, I can't pronounce his last name, whatever. But apparently he and him had originally started it in high school, but the other guys that were all in the band were 18, 19, 20, already out of high school, and he was still 15 years old. So a few months after the Yardbirds had formed in 1963, he decided to leave. His bandmates asked for a replacement, and he chose Eric Clapton as his replacement. The rest is history. So we have to top our top hats off to Topham for leaving the Yardbirds and giving us the Eric Clapton. But because Top didn't have any actual songs recorded with the Yardbirds and only played with them for a very short period of time before they actually started recording music or even doing their first live album, because their first album was a live album before their actual album. But we're going to play one of their classic numbers, a couple minutes, about 30 seconds of and stuff like that. Here's I'm a Man by the Yardbirds. That's how we'll go to it, because it is a nice little jump-easy song and got that 60s American blues flair from freaking British people, which continued on for a few years and stuff. Yeah, I think it's still continuing today, but nobody can play the American blues like an American blues person. Sorry. Ain't no way in hell you're going to tell me Eric Clapton can play the blues better than American blues better than an American, because he's too British for me. No offense. Great, good artist. Weird little things around the freaking edges and stuff like that recently, from what I've heard, or maybe I was a different person I was hearing something about, whatever. The next one's going to go to one of my favorite styles of music. I actually got a chance to see her at an intimate showing down in New York City. I don't even remember the name of the club. I don't remember off the top of my head. It was probably, I want to say 2002, 2003. And I was really into jazz thanks to my friend Asia's mom, Miss Diane. I'm going to give you a shout out on here today. Miss Diane, love you for introducing me to jazz. And sorry that one of the greatest jazz vocalists, Carol Sloane, has passed away in this week. And we're going to throw her Take Your Shoes Off Baby on for about 20 seconds.
Let us fly away to the rock candy mountains, just you and I, where the bluebird sings by the champagne springs. We'll kiss the blues goodbye.
And there's the tribute to Carol Sloane. I mean, when it comes to jazz, there is no such thing as bad jazz because I can listen to any jazz, but I usually tend to prefer the classic people like the Byrd, Charlie Parker, or freaking John Coltrane, and freaking Miles Davis. Those were the ones that I loved. Carol Sloane wasn't as old school as them. I mean, she was, but it just wasn't. It wasn't my flavor. She had a more of a laid-back, artsy freaking jazz singer from the 1920s and stuff like that. And I like my jazz very improvisational and very fusioned. So I honor her. She was a great singer, great voice, wonderful show that she put on. But just not my cup of tea. But I did have to honor her on the list. And the last one on the tributes and stuff like that, Floyd Sneed, the drummer of Three Dog Night, passed away. So we're going to throw a little bit of Mama Told Me Not to Come up on here, about 20 seconds worth before we get to the top 10. That was enough to give us the hint because everybody knows the rhythm. Everybody knows the beat. It's probably been reused and redone so many freaking times. Honestly, I knew the song and forgot that that was the beat when I played it to figure out which one I wanted to throw the freaking tribute up for. But that is, drum roll off to you, Floyd Sneed, Three Dog Night. Sorry you're gone, buddy. Gotta keep on rocking in the free world. I know I was a little late on the quote. I should have used that last week for the David Crosby passing, but that one hurt too much to even do a joke on. All right. Going into the top 10 for week 4 of 2023. That is everything from January 21st to January 27th, and I'm marking this down to it as well, 121 to 127. That way I know all my liner notes and throw it in my folder and have a whole stack of papers that people won't know how to read all this gibberish off of. It took me a while to compile this one. I honestly flipped around the number 1 and the number 3 songs, and the number 1, number 3, and number 5 songs got flipped around so many times that at one point in time, one artist was going to get it, and this artist was going to get it, and eventually I just was like, you know something? I got to decide on something because I want to get this out there before I go to the concert tomorrow. Because tomorrow is the start of Rockzilla. And me and Gina T-Rex, in honor of Adrian Jinx DeLeo, we are being the best friends-in-law and going to the show for her because Escape the Fate, one of her favorite bands, Hollywood Undead, one of her favorite bands, Papa Roach, one of her favorite bands, and Falling in Reverse, one of her favorite bands, are all on the same show. Got our tickets. I will show you the stubs because I did get will call so I could have a stub. I don't mess around. I make sure I got my stubs. You can look them all around over there. There's stubs everywhere. And that's just some of the ones you can see. There's more behind there that you can't see. And other things of that nature. But number 10 goes right out to that Rockzilla. Escape the Fate, Hate Myself goes on number 10. 30 seconds because copyright trolls suck and I hate them. course, mid-cough, I gotta pause and talk because I am buffing. On a second gen freaking joint right at the moment. Yeah, I already smoked all these, re-rolled them up, and now I'm on a second gen and stuff like that. I got third gen roaches sitting over there piling up too as well. That's going to be a really crazy dark blunt that I'm smoking. I'm going to be lung coughing like crazy. I'm going to save that for a top 25 or a top 50 list, but who knows. But that again, number 10, that was Escape the Fate with Hate Myself. On to number 9, and no, there honestly, there's only a few rock-ish songs on here. I had 2 rock songs and one that's ish. Most of them are pop songs on this list. Most of them are shit. You can call it jazz on some of these songs and stuff like that. But here we got an R&B artist. I don't know much about her. I forgot to look this one up, unfortunately. There was a couple of them I didn't get a chance to look up. Some of them I did. This is an artist by the name of Kayla Ray, and her song is called Blue, and it's beautiful. Damn you, Vlad, and your shitty paper.
I ain't really been myself ever since you've been away. I heard that your new little friend is trying to take my place. In hell feeling hazy, you got me talking crazy. Yeah, I been getting wavy.
And of course, we have to try to chop it off for 30 seconds because copyright trolls suck, and I hate them, and I hate pausing and playing and pausing and playing and pausing and playing. If I'm going to talk about the whole entire thing, I'm going to freaking play a few freaking things, and I'm going to play the whole song in choppity things. And I'm going to talk about the whole entire song the whole way through. But I don't want to talk about it. I want to play the darn thing. Like, y'all got to go listen to them yourself on your own time if you want to. I'm sorry, copyright trolls suck, and I hate them. But that was Kayla Ray. She reminds me of she's got definitely an Aaliyah frickin' style to her. And I think she'll go far. Never heard of her before. Who knows if she's been out for years or not. Who knows? Maybe she's writing music and this was her first frickin' shot at saying, let's go out and frickin' do that. Look at Lucky Day. He wrote for so many people for 15, 16 years before he was finally, okay, I'm going to release my own album. And it was amazing. But back over to the next one. We got number 8. This is a band called The Arcs. I don't know much about them, but this song is called A Man Will Do Wrong. And even though the lyrics are a little iffy and weird and out of place, and a couple people that analyzed them and looked at them and stuff like that was like, man, why is this guy putting himself down so much? But if you listen to the whole entire song as a whole, he's not really putting himself down. He's more so telling himself not to do this because a normal man would do this for you, for this woman, but he's saying himself that he might not be doing that. That's at least what I garnered off of it. Again, here's the Arcs at number 7 with A Man Will Do Wrong. I'm going to cut it right before you even start singing. I know the singing freaking comes into it. Now I can play a little bit more to it. But I'm sorry. Now listening to that freaking breakdown, that sounds an awful lot like Tennessee Whiskey. What the Chris Stapleton, you need to freaking go after them, I think. No offense for them being on my list, but damn, I think you might need to go after them. I love that the way he said he started doing it. A man will do wrong for a girl that he loves. Now, A Man Will Do Wrong, it's nice and melodic, it's soulful and stuff like that. but he just put a slight vibrato at the end for the woman he loves, and then falls off, and it's almost, the singing in this song is almost as poetic as the lyrics. That's why it was put in there. We got a little bit extra because I paused and analyzed and freaking did things like that, but we are moving on to number 7 on this freaking list. If I said that was number 7 and wasn't number 8, that last one was number 8, and this is number 7. I'm a little bit of a douchebag and keep forgetting where I'm going and stuff like that. This one, I did look up the band because I'm hearing it. I'm like, no way in hell this band sounds this good on their first freaking record. Like, they're pulling off a combination of sounding like Skillet, sounding like Shinedown, sounding like freaking, at some of their breakdowns, they sound like Bullet for My Valentine. And I'm sitting there, I'm like, yo, they did not come out the gates with this. Well, no, they didn't come out the gates with this. They've been around for years, apparently, and I've never heard of them. Then on top of it, as thrashing and crazy and awesome and weird as this thing, I find out they're a Christian rock band. What the fuck? Another one? Like, I already have Skillet and Pillar and whatever the hell that Jars of Clay band from the 90s was in DC Talk. Like, I don't let in Christian music often at times, but man, I didn't know this was a Christian freaking rock group. They don't sound like it. They're called DecypherDown. This is called Cycles.
Wake up again, the cycle now begins, controlling who we are, such a vicious way to live. Pictures are perfect when angle is the game. You give them what they want when you filter out the pain.
I'm sorry, that vocal, he's either Brent Smith or Chris Cornell on that vocal. And I was just like, no way in hell you're coming out the gate sounding that good. But apparently they've been sounding that good since like 02, 03, maybe 05. I forgot what it said in the article. I don't remember everything I read. This one, I think my boy Trey told me about this. That Trey Kenna and stuff like that. I'm pretty sure he introduced me to this artist a couple years ago. And I did not like the song that he introduced me to on them. Honestly, I thought they were going nowhere. I was wrong. Again. This is Christian Gates. Both of the S's in his name are spelled with $signs. So I was expecting a hip-hop artist. Didn't think I was going to get this, but Never With You Again. Number 6 on the top 10 of week 4, 2023.
But I'm still bleeding. You told me something I didn't believe in. I wanna rip your heart out to get even. Man, I hope I don't see you. Deep down I hope you're still grieving. You let him fuck you in the bed hot sleeping. Said you thought of me.
Well, for the copyright trolls, I have to let this play again because the chorus on this song is just going to be a frickin' anthem, and I have a feeling of it. So we're gonna.
Not about leaving. Yeah, you better hope I don't see it. I'll never love you again, never fuck you again, never touch you again, and I'll never miss you again, never kiss you again, never with you again, and I'll.
And yeah, it's definitely anthematic. We're probably gonna do some pause throughs on the next one as well, because. At this point in time, I shouldn't be surprised when I see the artist Hardy and just think, oh, there's just going to be some crazy thing that's going to happen. This crazy thing, I didn't see that happening with it, but who the hell knows anymore and stuff like that. Like, we're going to play a little bit of it, and we're going to pause, and then when it gets to the freaking chorus, I'm going to sing along, because it's that good of a fucking chorus, and I'm already hooked on it. And if it wasn't for the fact that I'm hooked on the 4 songs before this, it probably would be number 1. But I'm hooked on, like, all the songs from this week. This week's got a lot of good ones, and I didn't have to, like, not a lot of goosebump ones, but a lot of good ones. I got a couple goosebump ones on it. This was one of the good ones. The goosebump ones are coming up and everything. But here is Hardy and Jeremy McKinnon with Radio Song. It's not.
There's gotta be a truck, there's gotta be a girl. She's gotta be hot, and you gotta run the ship with the world. And it can't be too fake, but it can't be too...
We'll take it off on the 15-second time, because I know I have to keep going and stuff like that. Copyright trolls suck, and I hate them, but keep on going.
real. Gotta make them tap their feet, or I lose my record deal. So I just sat down with some dudes and wrote some hits. We put our heads together for a second, and it goes like this.
Perfect freaking lyrics, like literally like an anti song. Like, I got a record deal, I have to churn out hits for them to freaking keep playing my music, but I really don't want to, so I'm just gonna make this grumbly little rap and everything, tell you about how I sat down with some people to freaking write a freaking song and then decided to do this freaking shit. And you got something like this chorus that comes out. Yeah. He literally is trashing the entire music industry and the entire song. And yes, I did just do a growl. That hasn't been heard in years. Okay, let's bring it down a notch from all the in between. It's like hard, soft, hard, soft, hard, soft. Well, we're gonna smooth it out a little bit. We're not gonna have too much hard, but we got a little hip hop popping up on here. We got Echo and King Eso with 21. King Eso or ISO, I'm not sure how it's pronounced. Your flow was fucking fire on this thing. I would like to see a song with you, Tech 9, NF, Eminem, and Busta Rhymes, because that would be a fire-ass song just for speed alone. Too bad I can't play the Eso chorus.
Put me on the mic and I'm the realest one. When you're on the grind, there ain't no time for love. Got all that I want and still ain't have enough. These motherfuckers act like they want it. Tell me what you know about being hated for trying to make any shit that you love. Tell me what you know about losing friends cause I couldn't imagine a life without drugs. Tell me what you know about being down but unable to stop cause your head isn't safe. Tell me what you know about being...
And that's where we cut it off because copyright trolls suck and I hate them. If I keep talking, our episode's going to go to 40 minutes. And I was keeping these under 12 minutes. And now we're at 24 and going. And I still have 3 songs to go. Let me shut the fuck up a little bit. Oh, I can't because I was really, really waiting for them. Like last year when they came out with some of their newer tracks and stuff, I was just like, it doesn't remind me of old school Gorillaz. But this one featuring... I really do this to myself every time, but I'm going to try to pronounce it. It's Adelaide Omatayo. And the name of the song is Silent Running, but everybody's going to know it as Gorilla. It's Silent Running. We won't even get into it. Just the beat alone's got you. All right. Number 2 on the list, we have the return of the immortal, I don't know, pop artist, jam artist, jazz artist, I don't know, but we're not going to get into his lyrics either because they got an intro that goes forever too. But I am so happy that he released a new song and it didn't sound like trash. This honestly reminds me of a freaking sequel to Don't Drink the Water. But it isn't, because the subject matter is completely different. It's similar in sound to Don't Drink the Water, but a little more forward progression, where Don't Drink the Water was a backwards freaking inverted progression on the freaking scales. I remember my Dave Matthews Band songs, and here comes Dave Matthews Band with Madman's Eyes. You get a little bit of melody out of it before the 30 seconds is up. But we're playing 45 seconds of this one because it is the number 1. You couldn't go against this one. As much as that radio song was a freaking nice little one, and it's wonderful that Dave Matthews Band and Gorillaz are back and Echo's still churning out tracks, but DecypherDown couldn't match this. Christian Gates, The Arcs, Kayla King, nor frickin' Escape the Fate could compare with Sam Smith featuring Ed Sheeran. We got it. Who we love. Further in, but that's just a dreamy of a song. And if you look at the actual liner notes on the lyric sheets, because AZ Lyrics right now already has the liner sheets that can tell you the difference. So the regular standing up small print is the regular standing up non-bold print is Sam Smith's stuff. The italics is Ed Sheeran's, and the bold is the two of them together. And honestly, for a second there, I thought the first verse was all Smith and the second verse was all Sheeran. And I went back through and read those freaking notes on the liner notes on it and realized that the two of them are singing the entire time. They play off of each other's melodies and harmonies so amazing. Like, it's one of those songs that we definitely need, and this top 10 weekly list is going to make it very hard, because that's 52 bangers, and one of them has to be number 1. And then we have the leftovers list. If any of those became bangers throughout the year that I have on leftovers that I discovered after the fact, or things like that and stuff that didn't make my top 10s, but the cutoff is, doesn't matter what month it is, if it has to be, they have to be the best of the best. But we've hit 30 minutes, half hour again. Wtff fucking Puff saying, peace be with you. Copyright trolls suck. I hate them. We out.